What the fuck did I just watch? Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my college dorm. Now, today I went to see the movie Tusk. This is a movie starring Justin Long. He plays an asshole named Wallace who has a very attractive girlfriend, and yet he is a podcaster who goes out trying to find people to interview for his podcast, and he ends up just hooking up with random women on the way. We don't actually see this happen. We hear about it through flashbacks and whatnot, and he's just kind of a dick for the most part as a person. So the plot of the movie is basically Justin Long's character. He goes up to Canada to film a podcast with a certain person, but the person dies, and so he has to go and find someone else, and he ends up at the house of this really old guy who seems really cool at first because he's an old guy who wants to tell the stories of his life. He knew some famous writers like Hemingway, and he was in World War II in some way. The movie from there gets really, really creepy and really, really weird. And to be honest, if I was not committed to doing this review for you guys, I was just going there for my own pleasure and whatnot, I probably would have left at that point because the movie is really, really, really weird. And that is made possible by Michael Parks. He plays Howard Howe, and he does a fantastic job in this movie. I'm just not even gonna go into why or how, because that would be slight spoilers, but he does a really, really nice job in terms of acting in this movie. I haven't noticeably seen this guy in anything else that I recognize, but this guy is a great actor, and he does his role phenomenally, and he does different personalities in certain parts of the film, which really stand out, and obviously the acting in this movie is just really, really good. That's one of the main things that I can say about this movie that I really noticed and I really liked, and it really stood out for me. Justin Long also does a really nice job in the movie as Wallace, especially in the second half of the film where a terrible, terrible thing has happened to him. And I don't want to go into it, but if you have seen the trailer, you know more or less what happens to him in this movie. And for that reason, the costumes in this movie are really, really good. The makeup looks really nice. I don't know how much of it was costume, but there's a lot of makeup and whatnot that went into Justin Long in particular, and it just looks really, really good, and I don't want to say much more than that. Haley Joel Osment, he is also in this movie. He does a nice job. He doesn't have as big of a character role as Justin Long's character, but he is still something of an important part of the movie, especially when he and Wallace's girlfriend, they are trying to figure out where he is and what has happened to him. He kind of has more of a role in that regard, so there is that. And then Johnny Depp is in this movie, which when I saw his character show up on screen, I wasn't sure if it was Johnny Depp or not, because it looked a lot like him, but I didn't know if he was in this movie or not. And so when I looked on IMDb just now, I realized, oh my god, Johnny Depp was in this movie. And so I got really excited because I was right. Johnny Depp does also a really nice job in the movie, I thought. And so, yeah, there's that. He plays kind of a detective, investigator type of person who's trying to find Howard Howe and stop the killings that he has been doing. Howard Howe is a psychopath. I'm just going to say that right now. He is a sick, twisted motherfucker. I don't swear on this thing usually, but I am doing it for this movie. And so, yeah, just know what you are going into if you decide to go and see this movie at some point for some reason. The story is just really, really weird. Like I said, I almost walked out during the first half hour of the movie, and so, yeah, there's that. And yet, by the end of the movie, did I enjoy it? Kind of. I don't know exactly, because I was intrigued as to what was going to happen, and just seeing what the fate of Wallace would end up being by the end of the whole thing. But at the same time, I was very disturbed, and it was a very, very strange movie, especially the ending is a little messed up. And so, yeah, there's that. I don't go to movies like this too terribly often, if you can tell that right now. The movie's just very, very weird, very strange. It has some funny bits in it, just because it's so awkward at times, and it's just kind of just really, really strange. And so, yeah, there's that. Do I recommend going to see Tusk? I mean, if this is what you're into, then sure, go for it. It's your money. Am I going to go and try and watch this again at some point? Probably not, because it's, like I said multiple times now, it's a very weird movie and nothing that I really want to have to experience again, because walruses are really, really weird creatures, I think. So, that's my thoughts on the movie Tusk. Let me know what you thought of it if you went to see it down in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Also, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.